Hi there folks, I'm Gene of RPG and welcome back to more Valkyrie Profile. Last time we took care of basically all the dungeons in Chapter 3 in hard mode. And so now this time we're going to go ahead and... I'm enjoying the little things. We're going to go ahead and do the normal mode exclusive dungeon for Chapter 3 as well as the Cave of Oblivion. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so we've got the Gorla Cult headquarters. All the way up north by Camille Village. I believe... maybe? Oh no, I'm sorry, Coriander Village. Shrine of the Demon worshipping Gorla cultists. And sinister presence? No, I guess that's right. And, well, actually I don't think so. A sinister presence can be felt emanating from its heart. It seems that they have summoned forth a great demon who is seeking vengeance on all of humanity. Something must be done, quickly. Nice little typo there. But that's okay. So, it's funny. This dungeon is a little bit of... a little strange. Because here's the thing, there's not going to be any enemies here for a bit. And so we're going to actually go through and get all the treasure first. It's a very straightforward dungeon. And it's also very similar to another dungeon that we're not going to see until next chapter, although you do have access to it in Chapter 3. Oh, whoops. Never mind, I guess we're not getting all the treasure first. Actually, that's probably fine, because that would mean 2 trips through. Well, well, what an unusual guest. What errand brings you to this place today? But you're not human. Appear in your true form, evil thing. Okay. You understand me well. I hunt for the souls of man. What do you think to accomplish? Is there a need to respond? It's obvious that your intentions are but to bury me, no matter what I say. I should destroy you. You hold a grudge against the living. I would ask you to hold off on that. Okay. So, yeah, we're getting jumped. If you didn't come to this room, you very easily could have cleared out the whole dungeon. But, well, I didn't manage to do that because I didn't remember where to go. It doesn't matter, though, I suppose. At the end of the day, it's gonna be very simple. Because we have Lightning Bolt. I'm going to go ahead and put it on Jolanda because I haven't gotten very lucky as far as mages go in the normal mode.
Their souls have been released. We have no reason to remain here.
As I expected, but if possible, please return to where you came from. It would be in both our best interests. I cannot do so. I thought not. Well, let's just see if we can exhaust you a bit before you reach me. No, stop them! No. Those fellows are necromancers turning demon-embracing corpses into the undead. I'm sure you'll see them, if you don't move quickly. The mounds of corpses in this building, the dead, and the tormented may have more company. You work hard. This is like some of the most poorly translated dialogue in the game. Also, there is a hidden treasure somewhere in here. I think it's behind one of these pillars. Where is it? Actually, maybe it's up above. Yeah, there it is. I saw it. Really? Okay. There we go. You can find a mithril ore up here. Woo! Alright, but let's keep going in the dungeon, I suppose.
To my side, my noble Enherjiar.
So, most of the enemies that we see here are the same ones that we saw in the underground part of I think, actual Camille Village. And so, not a lot to say about them. I'm not even sure if we're going to really see a new enemy other than that mage that we encountered. Which, I mean, it's just a mage. Here is, I think, the only save point in the dungeon. But yeah, this is probably going to go fairly quick as a result. Alright, let's see here.
To my side, my noble Enherjiar.
So, there's not a lot to talk about the mages, and even then, I think we've actually seen one of them in a Cave of Oblivion. It just casts magic. That's really it. There's nothing to say about it. They die very quickly, and yeah, take them out before worrying about everything else. Of course, if you have Lightning Bolt at this point, which you probably will, because we're into Chapter 3, you'll either have Nanami or you'll have the Lightning Bolt Tome. Then you just zap them. So I guess I should mention that the Thaumaturgists are actually weak to poison. So, whoa, hey buddy! As I was saying, you should probably, or not probably, if you have a Poison Blow, if you have a Poison Blow Tome, that is almost guaranteed going to kill them. But then again, Lightning Bolt does good enough. Okay, then. And here's a Guts Tome. You should probably already have Guts by this point, but... well, there's one if you don't happen to have Guts. Alright, let's keep moving. Alright. Oh, you're not gonna come down here. Come on, get down here, please. There! Haha! What I should specify, I guess, about the Poison Blow part is, or what I was saying about Poison Blow is, oh hey, there's another save point here. Go figure. Is that if you don't have Lightning Bolt, but you have Poison Blow, that will get the job done probably better, actually. I like the purple stained glass. As I was saying, I like the purple stained glass. I don't know, it's nice, okay? Impressive. Eh? You seem somewhat tired. Why don't you take a rest? Playtime is over. Now fight me! Okay. Stubborn woman. So, as I was going to say... Oh, boy.
We may be in trouble.
Alright, here we go. Willow Wisps. We've already seen other variations of these, and I absolutely despise them. Oh, and I don't have Tomes of Alchemy. That is unfortunate. Let's try a Holy Crystal. Oh, good. So the Willow Wisps are the absolute weakest rendition of those enemies, so I guess it all works out. What I was going to say is that this vampire in the manga is the same one that was summoned to to kill, or summoned by Belenus' wife to kill Asuka. Or, I'm sorry, Asaka. And, you know, I think there's some credence to that, but I don't know how official the manga actually is, but a lot of what's in it does make sense. Regardless, that's actually a pretty easy boss. This whole dungeon's actually pretty easy. Something you might notice is that there is chains here. I don't remember if we can actually get up to grab onto them. No, we can't. Those are background objects. Incense Burner of Darlis. That's a very elaborate name, and I don't remember what this artifact does. I don't actually play normal mode very often, because, well, it's not as fulfilling of an experience. And a gargoyle statue! So, what was I saying? Right. You will notice, though, that there is still treasure in this dungeon, or, well, in the whole dungeon. Yeah, we haven't seen the whole dungeon, but in this room, and it's hidden up top. They do this a fair bit, actually. So what you need to do to get up to it is get the little crystal sparklies to show up, like I did. And then you need to use the big crystal here to catapult yourself up to reach them. It's a little hard to do, though, if I'm being honest, in here, because you have a very split amount of time. Although I suppose something that you could do that's a little bit easier is we can make a step ladder, and that's probably easier and the way that you should probably do it. Alright, there we go. I don't think I'm going to get it any bigger than that. Alright, but let's see. We've got that there. Now let's wait for it to come down enough. Oh, it's just a smidge too short, damn it. Alright, let's see if we can get it a little bit higher up. Well, that's not the way to do it. There we go. That should do it. Maybe, if it's not too far over. Although I can just do it over here. Then jump to here. Wait for it to come down a bit. A little bit more. Jump up. And when it's in this powder and you stand on it, it creates a platform that's slowly descending. Up here, though, is treasure, such as a poison check. Poison check makes the wearer, I believe, immune to poison, to being poisoned. Yes, you're immune to being poisoned. It also reduces the poison elemental damage by 50%. It's a pretty nifty accessory. And then there's also a chest here, ow, which shot me, and contains a fairy ring. A fairy ring, I believe, reduces charge time by, I think, 1? Oh, no, by 2. However, CT will not go below 1. That means that you can't use a... blah. That means that it will always be at 1 if you... Okay, so... let's say you do a special attack or a magic spell that adds 2 to the charge time, the little red meter. Well, even though this will reduce it by 2, you'll still be stuck with 1, even though technically that would be 0. Alright, but now we need to go over to the other side because there's still more treasure hidden here. And we're going to do the same shtick. Alright, will this go on top of it? No. Okay, that's alright. Well, actually, I think that might be good. I do believe that on this side, however, is easily the best treasure in here. If I remember right. Ow. And I think it's right there, actually. We got an Etherceptor. I'll talk about that in just a second. That's going to explode and knock me off. And a Lapis Lazuli. Okay, so the Etherceptor. The Etherceptor is basically the same thing as the Element Scepter, except it only has a 30% chance of breaking when you do Great Magic. And it is more than 5 times as powerful as the Element Scepter. It is unbelievably powerful for this point in the game. For a Chapter 3 staff, you're not going to get better. Oh, sure, you can grab onto these chains. Ah, what? Well, that's good to know, I guess. Anyway, the Etherceptor is unbelievable. It's actual, and fun fact, it is actually one of the most powerful stabs in the game. We're going to be getting a lot of them going forward. They're kind of like the replacement to the Element Scepters. Where is it? I know it's here somewhere. Come on, treasure. Treasure! Oh, I see it. It's on the bed. Adept Illusion. I believe that's a mage skill, which increases your evade rate. Not very good, if I remember right. At least I never thought so. Quartz gem, that, you know, CP. Very nice. Sap Power, that is exactly what you think it is. It's like the Sap Guard spell, except it's, well, for enemy power. It lowers their physical attack. Pretty useful, though not the best thing ever. Alright, but we are actually almost done here, I believe. It's not a very long dungeon, all things considered. Like, even if you guys did see every single fight that I've been doing, we're barely over 20 minutes here. It's not a very long dungeon. Did I already check these ones? I think I did. If we wouldn't have beaten the boss before going in there, there would be enemies in there. And same for out here, actually. But we already took care of the boss. We're all done here. And yeah, that is actually the second to last normal mode exclusive dungeon. In Chapter 4 is the last time we're going to see a normal mode dungeon. But, oh well, for now, let's go ahead and jump back over to hard mode to do the Cave of Oblivion. Alright, so we're back into normal mode, and let's go ahead and do the Cave of Oblivion for Chapter 3. Which, once again, the Caves of Oblivion, they don't go away once you find them until you go into them, so it might be a better idea to wait until Chapter 5 or 6 before you start going into them, but hey, where's the fun in that? Let's do it now. Okay, so, I believe this one actually has some pretty tough enemies in it.
To my side, my noble Enherjiar.
Like these! Fire Elementals! These are really, really powerful enemies for later on in the game. And, well, truth is, we're not really set to deal with them. So, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and use one of our Tomes of Alchemy on them. After all, that's why I have them.
Before my blades, all are powerless.
Hey, we got a Sap Power Tome. That's nifty. Alright, let's double check equipment because coming up is going to be a slight problem, I feel. Yeah, like, Jun here needs a different weapon. That sword's just not going to get the job done. Let's go ahead and give him, I guess, the Demon Slayer. And yeah, I guess we'll go with that.
To my side, my noble Enherjiar.
Because we have enemies that we'll actually see soon enough, but this one, the Fatal Glimmer, this is the most powerful version of the explodey enemies, and I hate it so much. But hey, you guys will see what I mean. Hopefully not, but you might. Oh good, we're not gonna see it. Okay.
Feel my wrath.
Start with, always start with the Fatal Glimmer. Do not kill the skeleton thing down there first.
Reap the judgment of the god.
Mugen no Kensen. Blade art. Senko Jin. Die and be gone.
Ow! Jerk. Does Lenneth not have Cure Condition equipped? She must not. Alright, well, it's okay. This enemy is very tough. Although the Dragon Slayer, I did not know that, immediately kills it. That's news to me.
You have paid the price for your evil.
Interesting. Huh, learn something new every day, I guess. Let's go ahead and use an elixir on Jun. And other than that, I think we're okay. That's something I did not know, though.
To my side, my noble Enherjiar.
Don't do anything.
Okay,
rash, my
these
friend.
are much weaker than the fire elementals that we saw. We can probably deal with these, no problem. Let's go ahead and lightning bolt. Although, maybe not.
Feel my wrath. Finishing strike. Extreme void. Reap the judgment of the gods.
Ow. Alright, yeah, let's keep going. That mirror of Pleiades, I think it said. I think it was. That item's actually really helpful. Either way, these are not that tough of enemies. We just happen to
Get
not
thee
be
hence. Oblivion awaits thee.
really up to snuff. It's mostly our equipment that's the problem here for those. Again, these Caves of Oblivion aren't to be taken too lightly.
To my side, my noble Enherjiar.
Ooh, like these. We're actually just gonna run from these. Because we aren't even gonna be able to hurt those. Oof. So, those enemies are actually from Chapter 6. That's part of why they're so tough. But for getting through them, you get the Broken Blade. Again, hold off on making Broken Blades into anything. Trust me, it's very much worth your time to wait. Now let's head down here.
To my side, my noble Enherjiar.
These are formidable adversaries.
Once again, I recommend running away from the gelatinous ooze. Otherwise, you're going to be wasting a lot of tomes of alchemy, and I actually need them for stuff. Okay, let's see if I can remember how this goes. I think it's the right. Yes. It's right and then left. We found a Nightshade. That is a transmuting item, and there's still something here. An Etherceptor. Woo! So there's a chance you won't get this same dungeon, this same Cave of Oblivion in Chapter 3, so you may not get an Etherceptor. Once we get out of the Cave of Oblivion, I'm going to change back to the Dragonbane staff because of this. But for right now, because the enemies are so much tougher than what we're set up to deal with, really, we're going to keep it on. Alright, and so this is actually the Cave of Oblivion that has probably the best treasure out of all of them, the Mighty Check. If there's one thing you're going to get from this place, make sure it's that. The Mighty Check is basically the ribbon from Final Fantasy. It makes you immune to all abnormal status. But it's not just that, it also reduces holy damage by 90%. And that's actually really, really important. For right now, we're not going to equip it, but it is an important accessory. You'll get more than just what's there, than just that one. But it is important to note that, yeah, there is one there. And out of all the Cave of Oblivion treasure, I think that's by far the best one. Although the Etherceptor's nice too, but we're going to get a ton of those as the game goes on. Alright, and so with that, we've done all of our dungeon-y stuff. Let's go ahead and pull this back off of Jun. And we're going to put the Dragonbane back on, because you're not guaranteed to have an Etherceptor yet. Okay, so we need to transfer an Enherjiar at this point, but the thing is, the problem with that is that we don't have an archer like the game wants. So we have to make do with someone else. We're going to have to forego... we are going to have to forego being able to fulfill every single requirement because, well, we don't have an archer. More often than not, you will get the archer Janice, who we're probably going to see next chapter getting Enherjiar. But until then, well, we have to make do. So we're going to actually send Jolanda. We're going to send Jolanda because, well, she's never going to get used. And so, yeah, she doesn't have any detrimental traits. At least I don't think so. At least I don't think any of them are detrimental. Regardless, she's plenty set up, so we're going to go ahead and send Jolanda. This has been a very interesting playthrough so far because I usually have a much better assortment of Enherjiar for meeting these requirements. Regardless, let's go ahead and send Jolanda. Then we'll go ahead and get Nanami back out. And there's not really anything else for us to do other than grind, and I don't really think we need to grind. So we're going to just rest the 8 periods, despite the fact that that's not going to benefit us any. And yeah, we're going to go ahead and go to the sacred phase.
It has been a long time, Lenneth. Our current situation is as follows. Our current situation is we are firmly in control. Do you wish to know the status of our Enherjiar?
I am a little curious how Jolanda stacked up here. I mean, I guess pretty well.
Do you wish to know the status of our Enherjiar?
Nah, I'm good.
Lenneth, about your performance. You are doing well. Please continue as you have been.
Yeah, unfortunately, because I couldn't send an archer, I'm not doing magnificent.
These are all the materialized points I can grant you at this time. The Lord Odin is pleased with you. He bids me give you these artifacts. Lenneth, I have a request to make of you. We must send an emissary to those troublesome light elves. Can you send an Enherjiar who is as skilled at negotiating as they are? We need a warrior skilled in battle tactics. We need an Enherjiar wise in the lore of demons. We need an Enherjiar who can gather intelligence. Very well. Good fortune. I know that you can do it.